I think the girl I hooked up with is dying in my bathroom. Yeah, so I really don't know where else to go for this, and I kind of feel that at this point, this shit has gotten way more fucked up than I signed up for, so I'm asking for advice. Please don't tell me to call the cops because I really don't want to call the cops. I kind of have a bad rep with them. Also, I don't want to call the hospital because they might have to call the cops for reasons that'll become pretty clear in a moment. I really just want to handle this at home, okay? Alright, so I met this girl on Tinder a couple of days ago and we've been chatting for a bit. She may have mentioned that after she'd had a smoke, she wanted to do for your dick what Michelangelo did for the Sistine Chapel. And seriously, how the fuck was I supposed to turn down an offer like that? About 20 minutes later, she was at my door and we were hanging out in my living room. I'm not gonna lie, this chick was checking all my boxes. Blonde with nice ink and knew how to party. I could already tell she was on something when she came in. I could hear it in her voice. She slurred her words a little, laughed a little too hard, and was swaying a bit when she was standing. But hey, can't really blame her for pre-gaming a little bit, right? The last girl I met on Tinder was a hardcore religious type who just sorta lay there and stared up at me while I plowed her. It wasn't bad or anything. She let me come inside, but it was a little bit creepy. She didn't really even moan. So yeah, considering some of the girls I've hooked up with, I could already tell she was going to be a hell of a lot more fun. I didn't mind topping her up when she asked, and we had a smoke together to sort of warm up. It was around then that she started showing me her ink. A lot of Alice in Wonderland. She said she had a thing for it, and that she was various characters. I didn't really ask. Showing me her ink led to me showing off mine. I've got an anime tattoo on my leg that she really dug, and since my pants were already undone and we were both good and buzzed, nature took its course. I don't know if it was the drugs or not, but what that girl did to my dick was pure magic. She knew her fucking stuff. This was not one of those gentle prom date blowjobs. Oh no, this was one of those loud, messy, glurk porn star blowjobs you hear about in myths, but never believe you'll live to see. And from there, things just got better. To keep it brief, we fucked the shit out of each other on my couch, pausing only to smoke and keep our buzz going, and this was hands down some of the craziest pussy I've ever gotten. If there's a heaven, it'll probably just be one endless afternoon with this girl, some rock star and white ball. I don't actually know how long we going, I kinda lost track of time, but I gave it to her hard, and she was fucking loud. We'd just finished rocking each other's worlds again when she eventually got up and asked me where my bathroom was. Like I said, I don't really know how much time had passed. The sun was up when she'd shown up, and it was dark outside by the time she'd asked. I told her it was down the hall and opened up another monster, before checking out the TV to see if anything was on. About 5 or so minutes later, I started hearing her retching from the bathroom. Not gonna lie, it was a little concerning. After listening to her for a bit, I got up to knock on the door and ask if she was okay. "I'm fine," she yelled back. She didn't really sound fine, considering that as soon as she said that, it sounded like she puked again. That kinda did start to freak me out a little bit, cause I knew she'd been pre-gaming. But I didn't really know just what she'd used or how much. Look, I like to party, but I'm not a complete dumbass. Mix the wrong shit or take too much and you're fucked. If she was oding or having a bad reaction, I really didn't want her doing it alone in my bathroom. So I did the sensible thing and threw open the door. I don't really think I was prepared for what I saw. She was on her knees, hunched over my toilet puking, obviously. But there was something very fucking wrong with her puke. It was blood fucking red and it was moving. She'd missed the toilet a few times, and there were puddles of some thick red shit that might have been blood on my floor, and I could see something writhing inside of it, like worms or bugs or something. There were more of them in the toilet, and I swear that they were crawling up the side of the bowl. She looked up at me, and I could see red smeared down her chin with more of those little worm maggot things on her face. Christ, I could see them going up her fucking nose. "I'm fine," she said, although her voice sounded raspy, like her throat had just been shredded into pieces. I didn't know what to fucking do. I just stood there completely frozen as I stared at her. One of her eyes was off-center, as if something had fucked it up from inside her head, but she was looking back at me, and I think she was still aware. I don't know for sure. She retched, and without breaking eye contact, vomited another bloody puddle of worms onto my floor, and I actually jumped back to avoid getting any on me. That was about the point where she collapsed and fell against the bathroom wall. "I feel itchy," she said, and as she spoke, I saw her running her hands along her body and... Fuck. Jesus, fuck. I swear to God, I saw something moving under her skin. Dozens of little shapes squirming. Had those been there before? I couldn't remember. "Can I have a smoke?" She was looking at me, and I could see blood running out of her nose. I could see some of those maggot worm things squirming about in there. And that's the point where I couldn't handle it anymore. That's the point where I slammed the door and left her inside. That's where she is now. I feel sick to my fucking stomach. I've never fucking seen anything like that before, and I don't know what to do. I can still hear her puking in the bathroom, and about a couple of minutes ago, I noticed an impossibly rank smell coming from there. I haven't opened the door to see what it is. I don't really want to fucking know. I don't know how to help her, but I don't want this chick to fucking die in my bathroom, and I don't want to involve the cops or the hospital. Soon as they know that we've been smoking, they'll absolutely call the cops. There's one other thing. I've been with her for the better part of the night, and, well, needless to say, there's been some very close contact between us, and my skin is starting to itch. I looked in the mirror. I don't see anything weird, but I've been looking at her all fucking night, and until she started puking up blood and worms, I didn't see anything weird on her either. How the hell would I know if I'm sick like her now? I don't want to start puking up fucking worms. I don't want whatever's happening to her to start happening to me. I'm fucking scared, and I need help. So if anyone knows what I can do, then please, I need to know right the hell now, because this chick is fucking dying and I'm scared that I'm going to die too. So if anyone out there knows what to do, can you help a brother out? Thank you for watching. Write comments, put likes. Do not forget to watch other videos.